Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for visiting. So today I wanted to talk about friendships. This is something that has come up as a discussion between my daughter and I over the years. And the main thing that always comes up is that I might say something like, oh, but my friends, and Monty's like, what friends? You don't have no friends, right? So that has just always been not a sore subject, but a funny subject to have with her, because she's always like, you don't have no friends. And I might mention, oh, there's so-and-so who you see like once a year, or there's so-and-so who you only talk to on the phone, or so-and-so, she always got something behind it, right? And then I'll be like, well, what about, Mickey and Zipporah and Lynette and da-da. Auntie Net don't count because you know her since birth. So yeah, that's your only friend. And then Mickey don't count, Zipporah don't count because that's your cousin. Like, nope, that can't happen. Or I'll say, what about my cousin so-and-so, or cousin so-and-so, or cousin so-and-so? She's like, that don't count. They're your cousins. Your cousins can't be your friends. So she's always got something funny to say. But I have noticed over the years, and I have accepted over the years, that I don't have a whole bunch of friends. And I'm totally okay with not having a whole bunch of friends. Because, so when I was like in my 20s, or even, let's just say growing up. When I was growing up, I lived on a block where there were like 10 of us, all the same age. We all, hung out together. Like, my block was the bomb block. Like, we were always outside. You woke up, we were just outside just playing, and we'd be outside all day. You only went inside to eat, or to do your chores or something like that, because you forgot to do your chores before your mom and dad got home from work, that kind of thing. So I've always had a group of friends because I grew up having that strong, group who we were just always there. And then you went off to college, and, we all went to separate colleges, except for me and my best friend. We actually ended up at the same college, but she's a year behind me. And for whatever reason, we didn't really hang out in college. I don't know why. I really can't remember. I don't think we did. If we did, she'll say something. But I don't think we hung out in college. And only because, again, she's a year behind me. So when my sophomore year, which would have been her freshman year, I unfortunately had to leave my university, that one, because my parents fell into some financial hardship. So I had to come back home. I went to Temple. And so when she went down, I came home. So that first year we were just, nothing. And then when I went back, she had already had her group of friends. So of course we spoke when we saw each other, but we didn't hang out in college because she was a year behind me. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. It just didn't happen. We just, for no real reason, it just didn't happen. But I did, get my own group of friends in school, in college. And till today, the one friend I talk to very often. Did I say there's two people that I met? There's two people that I met in college that I am still friends with today. The one friend I literally talk to almost at least 3-4 times a week through Marco Polo. I've asked that before in another video. Do y'all know what Marco Polo is? And now with Zoom and everything, because of quarantine, we try to schedule one like every couple of weeks. So we do Zoom call. The other friend, we haven't really, we're friends on Facebook. I'll just put it like that. We reach out on our birthdays, have a conversation like that, but that's pretty much the extent of it. So I had those two that I had friends in college. Like, you have friends in college, but the friendships that went beyond college are just these two particular girls. So then, as an adult, I made friends where I was working. So, and again, I'm trying to think of the jobs that I had outside of college. My first job outside of college, I don't remember anybody there. So no, I don't talk to them. Yeah, no, not many. There's one that I still talk to from the last job I had before I left Virginia. And again, we only really talk through Facebook. So if it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't be talking to anybody. And then I came back home after I left Virginia, and it was still not a lot of friends, but so I came home to family. So family is who I used to call all the time and hang out with all the time. So my cousins, there are, I don't know, y'all, that are all around my age, like within 10 years of each other. There has to be about 10 of us. I'm just going to throw that out there. There's somewhere around 10 of us who we talk often. Well, I don't know how much they talk. So I talk to most of them often. Some I talk to more than others, of course, because like my one cousin, our daughters are a year apart, so we have that in common. My other cousin, so again, it doesn't matter, but the relationship that I have. But it's just they became my core group because I came back home. So I'm not coming back home to necessarily like find all my friends or anything like that. So my cousins kind of became my best friends. So we would have cousin game night once a month. Family functions are always happening. During the holidays, there are so many family functions. It's ridiculous. And come like the middle of January, we're like, all right, deuces. We will see y'all in the spring because we have been nonstop since Thanksgiving. You know, there's just, my mom has an annual party. My cousin hosts something on New Year's Day. My other cousin started doing something on Christmas Eve. So it's just something that's always going on during the holidays. So, again, my cousins kind of became my best friends, and I'm always talking about my cousins, like my cousin this, my cousin that. And then even though I have a circle of cousins that are my same age, then you have the generation above us where we still kind of check up on each other and do things. And even now, because of quarantine with the Zoom, we have a family meeting once a week where we're constantly, you know, there's weeks, you know, it happens every week. Not all of us are on every week, but we have the call every week. And now we're actually connecting with that. So my family over the years, I'd say within the last 20 that Imani has been here on this earth, have become my friends, pretty much to speak. And there's a reason for that. So with friendships to me, okay, so building a relationship, a romantic relationship, when I was on this quest to want to find someone new, I remember just praying to God and saying aloud that the next person I date has to be dependable and reliable. Okay? For many reasons, we can probably talk about that one another day. But when I came to think about it and, you know, evaluating it and having discussions with people about why I was choosing those two particular qualities, I want someone that's dependable and reliable. I realized that transformed even to my friendships. And I would say that over the last 20 years, I have streamlined the amount of friends that I want to have. Leave it to my daughter, I only have one. Who are reliable and dependable. I want friends in my life who are reliable and dependable. Now, I just learned of this phrase recently because I saw it on someone's t-shirt called sophisticated petty. So I may sound like a sophisticated petty person during the rest of this video, but it's my prerogative and this is how I feel, and you can't fault me for my own feelings, right? Right. So being dependable or reliable to me can be the smallest of things. So let's say we've talked on a Saturday and let's get together on Thursday and, you know, meet for a drink and pre-COVID. Let's meet up for some drinks, or let's just say we're going to meet up for some drinks at 5 o'clock. Okay. You call me at 4:45 and say, it's been a bad day. I just can't do it. or so and so called and not gonna do it, or you just don't call, period, and you just don't show up. And I get that things happen. I get that emergencies happen. I get that things happen at the last minute. I'm a single mom, so I get that all the time. I get that that is how things can happen. But with some people, it was just happening too often. Like, it was literally, I'm going to not hold my breath, because I just knew they would always, call and cancel for whatever. If I tell you I'm going to be somewhere, I am doing my darndest, because my word is my bond. Isn't that the slogan? And what I say, I'm going to do. Because it's just little things. And it could have been a selfish part on me, because being a single mom, it was like I finally get, a week to myself. I found a sitter, or I found it. So my timing was precious. So because I found a sitter and I'm able to get out, or she may have been with her dad or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, great, 5 o'clock is whatever. And again, things happen. Maybe the babysitter fell through. You got stuck in traffic, whatever. Then tell me you're going to be late. Don't just cancel it all the way. So different things like that gets on my nerves. But only if it's a repetitive behavior. So there were friends that were in my life where this was their behavior. It was always a cancellation. Or I have unfortunately moved around a lot, right? When I lived in Virginia, I moved to 3 different apartments. And just because you found something else better, not because I ran out on the rent or anything like that. I never had anything like that. But I have had people, like even when I moved here, plan was totally in place. Everything was ready to rock and roll. Checked in on people. The morning of my move, everybody canceled. I don't know why. It was like 3 or 4 people. And coincidentally, all 3 or 4 of those people had something to do. Or it was, I can't get there until like noon. Come on now. No. Everybody know you get up and you out the door and you move first thing in the morning. What do you mean you're not available till noon? So things like that annoy me. It's a pet peeve. I think it's rude. It's disrespectful. All of that. Whatever synonyms you can come up for those 2 words, I cannot stand it. So I just got rid of or stopped calling often those people who were falling into that category. Then another reason why my friendships have kind of diminished, or my relationships with people, is because I saw somewhere or read somewhere, I don't know, but this was years and years ago, when phone books were really a thing, like literally A to Z, and you actually wrote people's names and addresses down in a book. I saw something somewhere that this person, I don't even remember if it was a man or a woman, I have no idea, but at the top of the year, at the beginning of a brand new year, they go through their phone book, and if a person was not part of their life in the year before, or did not bring some kind of quality, or no longer had a purpose in their life, or did not have a purpose in their life the year before, they did not move into the brand new phone book for the brand new year. And I lived by that for a long time. And I remember telling my mom about it, and she was like, that's really good. So every year your phone book gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's how I became. If you worked my soul, or there was too many cancellations, or you were just not dependable or reliable, you got scratched from the phone book and did not move into the next one. You just didn't. And people could have done that to me for whatever reason. I get it, because when you grow old, when you get older, your needs change. Some people are here only for a season. Some people only here for a reason. There's a reason and a season for everything. So it was just not, you know, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I felt that the number of people that you had in your life was the importance. I gotta have 20 friends, or I gotta have 15 friends. I'm always trying to bring people together, always trying to have these gatherings and everything like that. So I felt like it was the quantity of people. But now, pushing 50, it's the quality of the people that I have in my life that are important. If you cannot uplift me or encourage me or support me or make me laugh, anything like that, and if I can't then also do the same for you, then there's no need for us to even have this kind of connection. It's not. So I would say that my friendships or my friends, 95% of them have now just become acquaintances, and you have to know the difference. Somebody that you just calling every couple of months, hey, how you doing? What's up? Da 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 da. Cool. And I be the one like, we should hook up, we should meet, we should do this, we should. I was always, it felt like being the one to schedule calls or schedule for us to hook up and go out, but wasn't nobody really calling me and putting. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not a good friend, but I think I am. I don't think I'm mean and evil or anything like that. But then I also realized I was single for a long period of time. So maybe people just didn't have the time. But just say you don't have the time. Say you'd rather be with your significant other, or you'd rather be with your children, or just don't schedule it. Like, I'm totally okay with that. So it ticks me off when people are like that. So dependable and reliable have been my key, what do you call them, character traits or something like that, when it comes to meeting people and bringing people into my close circle of whatever you want to call it. And so today I'm totally okay with that. So going back to the two friends I had in college, I remember at our 25th reunion during Hurricane Sandy, but we still went down to Virginia to this school, and we hung out. And unfortunately, a lot of the activities on campus were canceled because of Hurricane Sandy. So we just hung out at the bar of the hotel that we were staying in, and we had a great time. And then and it was, again, 3 of us. And my one friend went to the bathroom, and before she went to the bathroom, she's like, before I go to the bathroom, there's something I want us to discuss when I come back. And it's going to be heavy, right? So, of course, the 2 of us remaining were like, what could she possibly be talking about? What in the heck? My girlfriend came back and she said, other than college, what do we actually have in common? So now that we are at this place where we are in, so my 25th reunion was, y'all gotta give me a minute to do the math. Oh darn, so next year is like a milestone. Wait a minute. Next year is a milestone. So this is 2020. And I graduated. So this was back in 2017. So back in 2017, she said to us, other than college, what do we actually have in common? And why are we continuing to hang on to something that really isn't going to go anywhere? So talking about our friendship. She actually mentioned that she kind of hinted to it before she went to the bathroom. But I think her question was like, why are we still friends, or something like that? I got totally offended. I was offended. I was angry. I was pissed. I was ready to leave that hotel, I don't even remember how I got down there. I think I took the train because I don't like long distance driving. I think I was just like, I'm leaving. I'm going home, this, that, and the other. And my girlfriend that stayed with me, she was like, no, we're going to hear her out. Let's hear what she has to say. And although I was pissed at that time, it took me a while, but I completely understand what she was saying. Like, we were literally hanging on to the memories of college that brought us together. And that was okay. I think it would be okay for us to, hey, the reunion's going on this weekend. How about we call, go down there and do whatever. But to maintain the friendship throughout, we really did. We lived in, at that time, we all lived in 3 different states. And it was really like what we were. So obviously we were growing. So I didn't see it then because I wanted to be sophisticatedly petty. I didn't see it then. It was like, what the hell you mean? So it was just like, what? But it was just a slap in the face because it was kind of unexpected. But sitting in this space that I am now, I totally understand what she was saying. Like, we were holding on to what? We were forcefully having conversations and doing this and doing that, but we were just growing apart. And it's okay to grow apart as long as all the parties involved are on the same page and the same understanding that it's okay to grow apart. Just like it's okay to agree to disagree type thing. And it was fine. But I was mad in that moment. I was so mad. I was hurt. I think I was more hurt than angry because I thought, we were, and we are. Like, I could call, we talk. She just recently got married, commented on all of her pictures. Because again, without social media, where will any of us be? So again, we do follow each other on social media, and it's just that kind of a thing. But that's just how life happens. So when it comes to how many friends do I have in my life right now, as of today, I could probably count on one hand. Real friends, because real friends are the ones that you can call about anything, right? But those friends also happen to be family members. So, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. So again, my daughter will joke, you ain't got no friends. I don't. And I'm okay with that. But I got family. And my family will ride and die until the end of time. So, again, I can count on one hand how many people are friends, so not related to me. And then I can probably count on 3 fingers, actually. If I'm sitting here right now being honest. And I might actually just say 2 that are not related. I will honestly sit here today and say 2. And it's okay. My daughter has a squad of friends that she went to high school with. Again, she's about to start her 3rd year of college. And there are, I always say 12, but I think there's only like 9. They are still friends until today. They were all over here for her birthday about a month ago. And then they were all together, I think, last weekend. I don't know if all of them were there, but they still talk. They have disagreements, they have arguments, but they still come back together. Like, I love the relationships that she has with her friends, and I want her to continue to have them. But if things should change, once you start dating seriously, once you get married, once there's children involved, if someone should move, once you start your careers after school, it's okay. My thing is that I'm trying to say is that it's okay to move a friend to an acquaintance. It really is. It really is truly okay. Interject right here. The reason why it's okay to move someone from a friend to an acquaintance is because it brings to mind one of my favorite quotes. And actually my favorite quote is, never make those a priority who only make you an option. So that's how I was feeling, that I was becoming an option to people, but yet I was making everybody else a priority. So again, my favorite quote that I apply here is, never make those a priority who only make you an option. Remember that. You're worth more than that. And it just bees like that sometimes. And that's it. And it's okay. But it's okay. It really truly is okay. So, to my 2 friends out there, you know who you are. I love you to pieces. And we riding this friendship till the wheels fall off. And then my cousins, who are like my best friends, and y'all know who y'all are, we too are going to ride this thing until the wheels fall off. So that's my topic for today, friendships. Please give any kind of comments below on what you think about friendships. Friends versus acquaintances. How about we do that? Friends versus acquaintances. What's your thoughts? Thanks for visiting. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell when you do subscribe so you can be notified as soon as any new videos are uploaded. Bye.